All right, hey there everybody, Jack Barnwell here down on Marco Island, Florida, back at Casa Tortuga. We are swinging back through here to do a little bit of a, punch list checkup on the place. It's done, the landscape is completed, all installed, and things are starting to fill in and look really nice. And now it's time to go through and make a bunch of notes of little odds and ends that need to be fine-tuned as it transitions into, the finished category. So I thought we'd take you guys through it, show you how this one turned out, because the last time we were here, it was majorly under construction, big changes. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So let's check it out. So right out front here, if you guys recall, the driveway area itself, the driveway itself, we didn't change. The front entry, the garage and everything, all of the house itself was here existing. It's just a new landscape and a new kind of overhaul. The big royal palms out front stayed, but almost everything else is new, including these beautiful Sylvester palms that flank the front entryway. And this is really my well, not my favorite, but second favorite part of the landscape here. Out back is my favorite, but this little corner and area here looks really stunning. A lot of beautiful color with those cordylines and the copper leaf and everything. Nice little bank of annual flowers there. And this is really looking nice. There's a little bit of trimming and fine tuning to do and stuff like that. But again, this is all so fresh planted. Now is the time we go back through, take a look at some of these details and stuff, and just hone it right in. I'm really happy with the way a lot of this stuff is starting to settle in, and it just looks really healthy. This little fountain was here as well, and we worked it into the new design and new landscape, and I really like that a lot as well. And this will always just be annual flowers kind of flanking around it. Right now for the summer season, we feature vinca as a summer annual down here in Florida. Very heat tolerant and kind of just thrives in the summer sun. But come next winter, all the annuals will be changed out, and we have a lot more diversity to choose from for the winter time as far as annual color goes. So all these beds around this whole front entry will be revitalized and replanted for the winter season. And then really after this first summer season of growth and everything kind of lushing out, that first winter is when everything is just chef's kiss. Really perfect. So I'm excited for that. Over here up this side, we elected to go with a grass path and not do any hardscaping for any kind of pathway around the house. Just keeps everything a little bit more softer and a little bit slower paced. I didn't feel like there was a need for a big hardscaped path all through here, but it really is quite lush and nice, and there's lighting all through here and everything, so at night this is just beautiful to meander on through the garden and enjoy some of this stuff. We have uplighting that lights all up on these huge areca palms, and some of these, like this croton here that was existing before that we left. So I'm really happy that, even with all the new plantings that we did around this landscape, we were able to save some really beautiful existing pieces like this royal palm, this nice big areca hedge back here, this tamarind tree, the Bismarck. I mean, we've got some really nice plants that we were working around and working with. So it makes it feel like this landscape has kind of been here forever. It's got some real integrity and maturity and stuff to it that I really love. Some of these brand new beds, obviously the plantings are a little bit young, but this heliconia will get big and spread a little bit. The arboricolas and the cordylines. The idea was to get a lot of color and texture back in here, but also, really quite easy to maintain and, keep this all in check pretty easily. Nothing back here really requires a huge amount of maintenance, just a little bit of trimming and cleaning and stuff like that. Really glad we were able to leave this mango tree, and we trimmed it up. It was in pretty rough shape and had a lot of really low branches, so you couldn't walk around it, or this whole back corner of the property really needed to be raised up and cleaned up. But the mango has fared quite well and is even producing some beautiful fruit and stuff right now for later this summer. So I love that you can now walk all underneath here and enjoy this whole back corner of the property. This was a really low point of the property. We brought in 30 yards of material in this back corner to raise this up and make it a lot more walkable and much nicer back here. So this is all cleaned up and looking great. Now this space back here is definitely my favorite part of the property. This pathway through here, this is called Oolite stone, or O-O-L-I-T-E, Oolite. And this is actually old coral. It's an old coral reef, old reef bed that's all fossilized. And underneath, especially the southern part of Florida, south of Miami, there's some big quarries where they slice and carve this this Oolite stone out of these quarries, and it just makes for this beautiful flagstone. They also make a lot of blocks and different materials and veneer stone and stuff out of it for construction. But we have this quarry make us 3-inch thick big slabs of flagstone, and then we break it up and make these really cool paths out of it. And I love being able to plant all the joints with little sedums and things. And this is, very much so young and just planted, but in short order, all of this stuff will start to fill in a little bit. We purposefully left some spaces in these beds along the path here so that next winter, when these clients are here and enjoying the winter season, because this is a seasonal home, when they're here for the whole winter season, all of these pockets will be filled with some annual flowers, and this will be just colorful and lush. It's really nicely well lit and everything back through here, and this will be a really fun little path that makes for a different experience as you're walking around and experiencing this whole landscape. It just breaks it up, and just glows and everything at night. I love it. The other reason that I went with this Oolite stone back through here is that I knew that as shady as this is underneath these big fishtail palms and everything, and with all the irrigation going on back here, if we had tried to lay sod through here, it inevitably would have turned into mush and been just a dirt path in probably a year or two. And so by making it into a very different style garden path, it makes it a lot more interesting, but it makes it dry and clean, so you can kind of float above all of the plantings and really appreciate it. And this is one of my favorite little plants to use for situations like this. It's actually like a dwarf little wandering Jew, and I think it's called Pink Panther, and it's just darling. But these tiny little guys are really easy to propagate. That piece I just pulled off there has just a little bit of roots on it there, and I can just kind of stab it in anywhere, and that will thrive and start spreading. It's a really fun little ground cover for these southern climates. We have a lot of different cool sedums that we can use too that you can step all on, but I really love this little Pink Panther there. It's just a darling little plant. Some of you guys might recall this space around the koi pond was being all revitalized with this new brick patio space, cleaned it up beautifully, and the koi are happy with their their new home, their new space. Hi guys, hi. Oh, they're so excited. Look at them just, oh my goodness. Don't splash me. They think I have treats, but they're a lot of fun. They kind of like nibble on your finger. Oh, it feels so weird. But this is a fun space to swing with the grandkids out here and enjoy the fish and, you know, kind of hang out now and everything, where before it was sort of an odd space floating in the grass and none of this lawn area was healthy at all. It's coming, it's coming. Again, today the idea is I'm walking around, making note of some edits, making note of some maintenance details that need to be taken care of, and seeing and appreciating some of the spaces that we did leave so that we can bring in some new plants and kind of continue to evolve and continue to you know, make this landscape really come into its finished look. This is a new vine that we just planted. This is called Bleeding Heart vine. Really beautiful flower. I love the way that the flowers have like this dual color to them. And it's a shade-loving vine. This Bleeding Heart vine will climb all up in here. And we've got quite a few different vines going with the Confederate jasmine, just beautiful smelling jasmine there. Every single post has a different vine on it. So with a little bit of trimming and fine tuning, we'll be able to appreciate different flowering vines going on this guy, you know, all the time, and creating this really neat shade and stuff for the koi, but also just makes it so beautiful. It's really cool. Yeah, this is looking nice on this side over here. I like this view from this way, looking back at this space stuff. It's quite stunning. I know that some of this stuff looks like there's, you know, a fair amount of space in between it and everything right now, but I know the size that we're gonna wanna maintain these at maturity, and instead of having them so close that they have to be trimmed really tightly into like this boxed hedge right away, I want them to have like a natural form and shape to them. We'll let these philodendrons get big and arc out and stuff like that, and give them some time and some space to have a real natural feel to them. It's going to be quite stunning. All right, and then just swinging on back around the front of the house here. This jatropha tree, I think if you guys recall in the last video, we had this thing chopped back really hard. It is flushing out beautifully. You know, a lot of this stuff that we intended to leave on the property needed some pretty hard maintenance. This guy has a lot of epiphytes or air plants all thrown into it here, which are blooming. These are all really cool bromeliads actually that grow right in the air. Epiphyte is it means, you know, air plant, and they don't require soil. They get all of their moisture from the humidity in the air, and that's really cool to see this blooming all underneath this jatropha that's coming back very well there. We used that same Oolite stone for a little path cut through here that takes you back out to the driveway. And one other thing I wanted to point out to you guys and show you is the border edge of the driveway here. You'll see this nice brook stone, this colored wash stone. And the reason that we do that, especially in a project like this, is it kind of acts as like a driveway gutter. So that is dug out nice and deep and filled with this nice stone. But in a big rain, all of this driveway, and as you can see, it's pitching this way, picks up all that water and would otherwise run right into our bed and wash out all that mulch and, you know, wash through and make a big mess. And we want to control that, because come next winter, when I'm going to plant some annuals in here and really style this place out, I don't want to have that all washing out. So all that water hits that gutter. It's kind of a hidden gutter there, and works its way down and right out the driveway. So it makes for a nice clean border, but it also has that function of, like, you know, controlling the water and running it out so we don't have big washouts. So I like the way that's looking. I like the way everything's functioning. And it's looking good. Like I said, a few little edits and a few things to fine tune. And this place will be absolutely perfect and ready for things to come back in the fall. We'll plant it all out and everything for the clients to absolutely love it and enjoy it for their first big season in their new landscape, newly remodeled home. And I think this one was a home run. So we'll catch you guys all again here soon in the next video. Be sure to stay tuned, you know, subscribe and all that stuff, and we'll show you some great projects in northern Michigan, down here in Florida, and everywhere in between. We've got some really cool ones going, so stay tuned. We'll see you all again in the next video. Cheers.